she's got a. Thank you.
Voice changed.
That's right. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll convene the Thursday, January 12th, 2023 meeting of the Grounds Committee. Call it to order. Do we have a confirmation or proper notice?
Notice was posted back on, way back, not November 22nd, but it was posted last week on the last Friday, which is according to statutory requirements.
We have a roll call. Huh?
Well, yeah, I'll show for the record, we've got Bob Coella,
Mm-hmm.
we've got Alan Kaplowitz, Peter Farren, Dee Harder, Gus Miller, Grace Anzalone. Tammy, you're just kind of, Tiffany, you're just on, you're not on a committee per se.
I don't know.
I don't, are you welcome to be on?
I'd love to be on the committee. Put me
Why
on.
not? What do you think?
Oh, that's what I told you before.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm remiss. All right, Tiffany Conklin. And nobody on Zoom, huh? Okay. All yours, Peter.
Okay. Chairman's comments. The only thing I'm going to say right now is I'm glad to be back.
We're glad to have you.
Welcome back.
Been away too long, and
I was
you know.
waiting for you to come back, Peter,
Hmm?
because I see that you weren't here and neither was I. I was waiting for you to come back.
And
It really wasn't.
I went around with John and made a trip, and actually, the fronts look really good. You know, we have a lot to do as far as, clean up still from the hurricane. And that's probably the first and foremost thing, is getting rid of some of these big stumps, because that's an expense, but it's got to be done. There's too many of them, they're too big to sit. So we'll address that. And that's probably the first most foremost thing right now. We'll talk about shrub planting, trees and so forth further down, but that's what we have to focus on right now. All right, you wanted the minutes?
Yep, minutes should be distributed to everybody from last November.
Yep.
A year ago.
Almost
Jeez.
4 months, 3 months.
Do I have a motion to accept the minutes from November 17th?
I make a motion that we accept the
Yep.
minutes.
Second,
Second,
Alan.
that's my job.
All in favor?
Mhm.
All in
All
favor?
in favor? Aye. Against? No. Okay, Jeff, staff report.
For November, all the flower boxes were planted out to the tune of 420 impatiens. The rainfall for November was 4.3 inches. The balance for November was $3,497.95. For December, the plantings were 183 front, 3 Hawaiian ties at no charge, 309 3 Exors at no charge, 371 in the back, 3 split leaf philodendron at no charge. The remaining balance for December is $3,497.95. The rainfall for December is 2.5. The rainfall for the year is 70.2 inches. We were 2.8 less than 2021.
Really?
We didn't have as many hurricanes last year as we did the year before.
Any questions for anybody else?
I'm wondering, have we bought the mulch?
No.
That's a line item.
Oh,
This is strictly for plants. And that's
oh,
why-
okay.
That's just
That's
from
a
my
separate
records
thing.
going in. John probably has a different one because he carries all of it.
Gotcha.
I just carry for plantings.
I knew it was mulch time and I wondered if that was part of our
Now, was
big expense.
this balance cannibalized for cleanup?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Jeff just takes a look at what his balance is as far as plantings,
So I thought,
but it's caramelized for tree trimming and cleaning up, and yeah, you're a very good point, Gus.
Any other
So we got a
questions?
brand new budget starting today, or this week.
Any other questions for Jeff?
Jeff, do we have any impatiens that you keep to replace anything that dies, or, because I can't remember, it's one of the boxes back at either Palm Tree or Lakeside. There's one of them back there that's a plant's missing. I don't know if it,
We can fill it in.
Yeah, I can fill it. I can go buy one.
Yeah.
fill it.
I don't.
We
I'm
can
sorry,
get those right up here at Home Depot. Okay.
I don't remember which box it is.
Yeah.
Well, somebody in the storm, they were, what's the word? They were very meaningful to do things right, but they put a blanket over it and crushed them. That's what happened in that one.
That's what happened. I mean, and that's
Oh,
been
during
my
the
whole,
cold spell?
Yeah.
my whole mantra has been to get people more involved with landscaping.
Yeah.
So in lieu of saying, one of them put a furniture pad on,
Oof,
and the other one just clear plastic. So
So we
in
lost.
lieu of saying, don't do that ever again,
right.
I'm just gonna say to people, if they want to help and cover them, come to us and we'll give them the proper thing. And they can hold on to it and they can cover their,
Yeah. That's a good
that's
idea.
all. Yeah,
Turned out it
Yeah, you
really
don't wanna
wasn't
discourage
necessary, but they good intentions.
yeah, fine,
Exactly.
yep. Let's see, okay, plans for 2023. Probably the biggest plans is the plant tree and shrub planting. And we went around yesterday and there weren't a lot of, really, very many places at all in the front to fill in. It's more, what we lost in the hurricane, like I stated, with the, got to take care of those big stumps, get rid of them, see what we'll put where they were, and you fill in the hole and grade it off.
We're gonna bring somebody in to grind stumps. Is that,
Yeah. He never gave me the price.
I talked to him yesterday, said the meeting was today, said try to get it to you as soon as
Yeah, well,
possible.
that means for 2 weeks for him.
Yeah,
We're
so-
going to get a couple prices on it, but there's probably 6 or 7 that we have to deal with. There's probably 15 or 20, but 6 or
I was
7
gonna
are very
say,
prominent.
What about the other ones that have been here? I know out behind our building, there's at least 3, maybe 4 back
Oh, yeah.
there that need to be, they've been stumps for a long time. They've been there since I've been here.
And they're
We
not
probably
still
have
rotted away.
35 or 40 all
Yeah.
around the property.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
But
Yeah.
the main thing is to get rid of the big ones, but while he's here, we'll see what the price is. I mean, our budget this year, again, for tree work is at 45,000. So last year we had to exceed it, obviously, for various reasons. We took out a couple of carrot woods that we may not have to take out next year. So we may have some money to do a little bit more extra stump grinding.
So, like John said, when we get our proposals, we'll see, and what we'll have to work with, we'll get out as many.
Well, if we can just start doing an extra 6 a year or something until we get caught up, because I'm sure the ones behind us are not the only ones.
No, they're not.
Oh,
No,
they
there's
are.
there's a
They
bunch
are.
There's got to
around.
be a bunch,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
We need to get caught up on those.
I think the other thing that Pete and I noticed yesterday too was the fact that some of the specifically hibiscus have got aged. And I mean, they may be filled in
Very
front of
leggy.
places, but it's time to take out some of the aged ones.
Yeah.
And I think that once we can get one more tour in, we can take an inventory of that.
Yeah, because you got some old ones that,
Yeah,
have long legs and a little bit of head.
right. And then you
And it-
trim them and they're all they are is legs.
Yeah. And lately, with the hibiscus, lately, we've had good luck with replacing with the snow queen.
Mhm.
They're really
Do they come in a variety of colors though?
They come in green and white,
green and white.
green and white with flowers.
Red flowers.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
all have red flowers. There's
Yeah,
no yellow or pink.
But we put them in the 600 all the way around and transform that whole
they're
cluster.
great. They stay full right to the ground and
Yeah.
they're good to trim and,
yeah, they
Yeah.
love it in here for some reason.
Hmm?
Say they love it in here.
yeah.
Ours got burnt over Christmas with the
Yeah.
cold. I don't know if you see that everywhere, dropped a lot of leaves.
Yeah, yellow leaves. I
Yeah.
had at my house, I came back, nothing but yellow leaves on my hibiscus.
Oh,
Yeah. I found that in my courtyard even, which surprised me.
Yeah.
A lot of leaf drop.
Even on the snow queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got to, again, as I reminded Jeff yesterday and Eddie yesterday, be careful when they bloom. We can't trim them when they bloom.
Yes, that's happened again this year.
Yeah.
Same as last year, they're pruning the hibiscus while they're just blooming, so we lose a whole bloom because they're pruning them too early. You prune flowering bushes after they flower, not before they flower.
I can tell you, Bob, that the crew truly appreciates you, but for some reason they picked on you 2 years in a row, because if you can go back, if you take a ride right now and go to the 3, 4, 5, and 6 hundreds, almost the blooms are almost all there. But B block,
They don't like
they
it.
cut it, they cut it down, and I'm sure that's not personal, Bob.
Even, I'm not sure what
sure?
the name of those other bushes are that they had a carport, but that, I think there's pruning and it's almost got to the point of butchering. I think they got cut back just a little bit too much.
In the corner by the dumpster?
What those are
Eddie
called.
really hasn't been with him because he's been spraying, so he's not really there to.
Yeah, but that's not that's not an
the,
excuse.
They got cut back a little too much.
You're not talking about out front, you're talking about the back of the
Right, yeah,
carport?
yeah, the cow, right next to the
Yeah.
carport.
Yeah.
They got cut back a little bit too much, I think.
Is that the Bougainville?
No, I'm not sure. What
I know you got a Jutop in the
That
middle.
man-
Oh, no, that's the Jatropus.
Oh.
You know, that big field of Jatropus, yeah. But they'll come back, but that's,
They always come back, but I mean, if you look at them right now, I think they got cut back just a little
Yeah.
too much.
by the way, I don't know if you ever got the feedback on that tree that you planted for your wife.
That doesn't look too good again.
The first one died.
Yeah.
We took it out of the ground and termites ate the whole roots.
And
Gone
now- and
overnight.
now the
Really?
one that's there doesn't look too
Well,
good either.
the
right
last
now.
time really, again?
Yeah, the leaves are starting to die and it's pop up again.
Well, let's take a look at it. I
Take
wonder,
a look at that.
What
yeah,
kind of tree is it?
it's
Cassius aerontensis.
Yeah.
a what?
Sure, there he goes.
Cassius aerontensis.
Okay, it has yellow flowers. That's what I know.
It's the yellow, and it's the yellow.
Yeah.
flowers, like in a.
Does it have a real
Like
name?
Very pretty. It's a very pretty tree, but it
It's a
doesn't
beautiful
support
tree.
itself well.
Yeah.
I mean, they get a big tall mass I mean, as pretty as the tree is,
Termites are
the-
probably still
It's
there.
an exact
still
same
eating.
spot the other one.
It has a very shallow root system.
Yeah, they're very top
They're,
heavy.
they're
Yeah.
not made to maintain the weight of the tree on top because, remember the one we did for Marty too, it went over a couple of times too. We had to stake it up because it just
Yeah.
got too heavy on
Is it a
top.
grafted tree?
I mean, the root system is very shallow. It's like
yeah, but
real
its
on
main,
top.
its main,
The main- Yeah, there is no real, I don't think there is a main trunk on that.
well, there is a trunk, but it's very
Oh,
yeah.
small. They're very beautiful tree, but they're, when they bloom,
Yeah,
they're as
bloom, they
pretty
bloom.
as you're gonna get. But
there's a
we've
lot of weight.
had to stake every one of them up.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know that we can continue to do that, but we'll
No.
follow up on this one.
Sure.
Because we have one out here on the boulevard that we've had to
Yeah, I
stake.
showed Eddie yesterday, he said it's leaning again too.
We've already staked it since the storm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt Pete.
No. Any more feedback on the plant and tree and shrub planting, questions, advice, anything?
Well, the one thing I want to bring up again is to get our palm tree replaced that the lightning took out.
Yeah.
Okay,
We finally got the concrete corner finished. It's hard to get these guys to do little work, you know? But we finished that and we had another one, believe it or not, on top of over 305, 307, 303. So he fixed both of those,
Looks
both
good.
licensing
He did
strikes.
Yeah.
And we also noticed, Pete and I noticed it and Steve and I noticed it. There's 2 Norfolk pines right out here. They're both, what, about 60 feet tall?
at least.
And one looks like it's dying, just all of a sudden
If
dead.
you look down at the bottom of the trunk, it may have been struck.
Yeah,
by
we
lightning.
were gonna look at that
Yeah, we
yesterday.
were gonna look at it.
Yeah,
What about the bottom?
Right at the bottom, it's really black on one side.
Yeah, because I don't know if,
maybe lightning hit it.
probably, it
Yeah.
might have got hit by lightning for it
Huh.
to go that bad, that quick.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
it's
you know,
less
just-
than a month.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
looked at it
leaning
the
or,
other day,
it's
it
not
was
leaning or
unbelievable.
anything.
but it's a concern when it's that tall and it's dead.
Yeah, because we lost one in the storm.
Because of the winds, right?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Because of the winds.
Yeah.
Oh, the wind will blow right through it now.
Now,
No,
now
no,
there's
no
nothing-
foliage.
lift on it.
Yeah.
Find out Saturday when those
Just
heavy
a flagpole.
winds
That's right.
Yeah.
It's still got a little bit of green at the
A
top.
little,
Just a
way
little
at the
bit.
Yeah.
very top, just a little bit.
So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Can you replant the palm trees?
Can you replant a palm tree?
Move it.
Move it
Where have you got a palm tree to move?
in the courtyard, the little courtyard, there's one right there.
In yours?
Yeah,
In your,
my courtyard, yes.
and you have a,
And it just drops all that other debris that's underneath. I mean, the palm tree looks nice,
Mhm.
all
God,
that
she
stuff
can't.
I thought that's a
starts dropping.
Dracaena, not a palm tree.
that's not a palm tree.
I don't think it's a palm tree.
I think it's a Dracaena,
It's a what?
Dracaena.
It's a cousin of that yellow thing, apparently what it is.
Does that another type of palm?
It's kind of like the red sister or the Hawaiian ties. It's kind of like in that family there.
Oh, yeah. Do you want it out of there?
And
We
there's
take it
a
out?
couple more.
We
Yeah,
take it out?
more
Right in the
front, yeah.
courtyard, and then over here, there's another two.
I
I believe.
invited you to come. What a
That's what
fool
they
I
are.
am.
When we had all that
I
rain
invited you to
and
come
some of the
today.
storm
Good for you.
that hit us here, it was
Yeah,
knocking
that's,
all those things.
Grace, do you want it out? We can take it out.
If you want to get rid of it, we could take it out. Huh?
Be that easy.
No, it's up to you. It's your
Yeah.
courtyard.
Yeah.
But I could just put an umbrella there.
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of pretty,
Well,
but beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I mean, if you don't like debris on the ground, there should be nothing back there.
oh, in the back,
Are you talking about the front courtyard?
I'm talking about the little front.
The front
courtyard.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, the front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no, I have a tree in the back.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
trees
Oh,
there.
I know. Yeah.
You have a quarter of a tree in the back. We've trimmed that thing to the cows come.
The branches.
Now, do you want that out in the front or do you want to keep it?
Let me think about that.
All
just a
right.
little
All right.
more.
Because we'll work with you.
And these stumps that you're talking about, are you going to use those for mulch? Is that
No,
what you're
you
doing?
can't.
No, no.
Normally you don't because you don't know what's in there.
You don't
There
know
could
what's
be
in there.
beetles,
They
there
have
could be
termites.
Yeah.
termites.
Okay,
No, they just
I didn't know.
grind them up and take it away. Yep.
It's almost like sawdust when we get done with it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, it would,
A lot of times they
Those
just
things are
push
neat.
it down in the base and then
I
cover it
like
up
to
with
have
dirt.
those stump
Yeah.
grinders.
yeah.
Oh, they're cool.
All right, the next thing on this schedule, the mulch. Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
one more.
Okay.
I just wanted to say about the tree shrub planting. A few of us had volunteered to help with any of it. If you need assistance, I just wanted to say that I'm still here if you need me to do anything for that, any sort of planning or whatever. So
You mean physically, or what are you talking
no
about?
planning.
Oh,
no,
planning.
no, no,
Oh,
be
sure.
careful.
They're not planting,
Yeah.
planning.
She'll help with
Planning.
planning.
All right.
Oh.
Well, you're part of the committee now, so yeah.
So
Okay.
you mean you're going to suggest species or things of that nature?
Well, sure, whatever's helpful. I know we had talked about forming a subcommittee last year prior to your absence. And a few of us had sort of just talked privately about it. And so, we could always reinitiate it if there's work to be done, but if there's no work to be done, don't worry about it. But,
Sure. I mean, you'll find out that the grounds committee is, well, per se, maybe a little bit looser than some of the other committees.
Okay, yeah.
And if you want to get together, that's fine, you know, run in the committee and a couple, 3, 4 of you,
Mhm,
fine.
mhm,
It's okay with me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, anytime.
okay,
All right?
all right.
Welcome suggestions.
So schedule the mulch application. When did we do it last year, right?
Well, last year we did it about this time because we couldn't get the delivery, as you recall.
That's what it was, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's a whole school of thought of we wait till the fall and get the biggest bang for the buck, because we come out of this time of year, the sun comes out and bleaches it out and
Mhm.
everything else. But that's not, I mean, that's just this is for conversation. It's on there to see. We normally do it in November. We
Yeah.
couldn't do it last year, no, because of the various reasons, whatever there were. Part of it COVID, part of it was health, part of it was availability of
Yeah.
mulch.
And
So-
what's due to be mulched this year? Is it the fronts or the backs?
Well, we usually do the fronts and along the boulevard twice, and then in the third year, the backs.
Okay,
But you got a courtyard, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah. I lost track. What was it?
well,
that
we would be
what
doing,
did you do?
if we did whenever we do it, theoretically, it would be done the fronts of units in the common areas
Okay.
this time.
Okay, so what do you think? Hmm? Any ideas?
How are we doing manpower wise?
Huh?
How are we doing manpower wise? I mean,
Here,
yeah, have
with
they
our
caught-
help?
yeah, have they caught up?
Well,
Uh,
let's put it this way. We're about a half a man behind, but the half man we hired is working almost as good as a full-time guy.
Good.
You would not want to mulch, say, April through the beginning of October because of the growth pattern and the cutting the grass that we need to do it on a regular basis. So you either kind of get it out of the way in a slower time, which would be now, or in the fall after the rains.
So how does everybody feel about it? Because this is, it's not my decision, not John's decision. It's our
Yeah.
decision.
Is there any difference in price what time of the year you buy the stuff?
No,
Do
we
they
buy-
give you a
we-
better
we buy-
deal in the
no.
spring or a better deal in the fall?
We're lucky enough to do the bulk we buy, because we buy 4 trailer loads. We get the biggest price that they have.
We're the best price they have because of what we get.
There ought to be plenty of mulch this year.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
You'd like to think that.
So what do we think?
Excuse me.
The price must have gone up. I know at home, the prices for mulch
Oh,
have gone.
forget it, yeah.
Yeah.
It has
Gone.
yeah.
Peter will tell you, the prices up in Massachusetts that are gone almost double a
They-
yard. If it was $30 a yard, now they're getting $60 a yard for
Oh,
the
yeah.
same stuff.
And it'll never go
it's the
back.
same
And
as
it's
one-
never gonna go down.
It won't go down. And
They almost
just-
double.
that's everything. It's
But
all
does it-
started with COVID and everybody
Most
jumped
of
on the
it's with the
bandwagon.
trucking and
Yeah.
everything,
I mean,
because most of the stuff from
eggs,
home comes
everything.
from Maine,
Yeah.
Right.
and they have to truck it all over New England. Well, it's expensive to haul the stuff, so I don't know. I would imagine it's just, I don't know where they process the stuff here, but I imagine the trucking is what a big chunk of the prices, what it costs them to move it.
Yeah, we have to get ours from Fort Myers, so,
Fort Myers.
so it's a pretty good little haul.
If we
So-
do it now,
Yeah.
would we not do it in November?
No, because you only got $15,000.
We got 15,000 that just gets it.
So
Just
price
get-
wise, you'd probably be better to do it now. Just November, it'll be even more expensive.
And I mean, it's more than appearance, isn't it? I mean, because you use mulch to hold the moisture.
Hold the moisture in, yeah.
So wouldn't it be better to do it now than
In other words, to
Before
hold
you
the
go through-
moisture in for
right.
the summer.
through the
I mean,
summer?
yeah.
I will say the backs right now are pretty without mulch. They're pretty bare. Either it's just blown away, rotted, or in some cases downspouts, wash it out, whatever. But those plants back there probably would benefit from it earlier. An advantage, one thing, a positive about doing it in the fall is a lot of the residents here don't come down till then or later. So it's nice, it looks good for them, but it's, I mean, that's just.
That's a good point. The good point is, I mean, we could go to the back, do the backs, then everything left, put wherever we could do the common areas, but that leaves the fronts.
I mean, the backs haven't been done in a couple of years now. It's been a
It
while.
would be, be right, because like every third year, so.
And I think, I can't speak for all the clusters, but our stuff out in the front looks pretty good. I mean, it's still pretty heavy and
So what we're saying is the common areas in the back.
Well, that's the suggestion, and
I mean,
of course,
all that and.
that one added benefit, of course, is that the mulch helps weed control too.
Right.
So So it's kind of consensus opinion to do
Probably
it.
better to
Do it now.
because the price is probably gonna go up, like Steve said, in the fall. And
We'll get a
plus, what are you
proposal.
gonna get every year? That $15,000 is gonna buy you less mulch.
That's right. That's right.
Because you're not gonna get any more than the 15, but unfortunately, the price keeps going up. So yardage wise, you're gonna get less for your $15,000 in the
Yeah.
fall than you might get now.
And I mean, that's what we got in the budget because, I mean, everybody knows about the insurance problem here, you know, the money.
We
So-
did get fortunate though last year, or when I say last year, last January, which is a year ago now. We normally, our money buys us 4 truckloads. All right, and that's massive truckload. I don't know how many,
I think there's 16 pallets on the truck.
16 pallets on
Oh,
the
yeah.
truck.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, we're getting individual
that's
bags
it.
now.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
and this year, we bought 4 truckloads and the price ended up at 13.9. So the price actually came down this past year, but that doesn't mean it's not gonna skyrocket this year.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe the January purchase is a better time and maybe that's why it was down.
Because
So we-
your fuel prices
Yeah,
what are they gonna be like in November? If
sure.
the fuel prices go up, well, they're gonna charge you more to deliver that, so it's gonna cost you more in the fall than it probably.
Diesel hasn't come down much though.
No, it sure
So
hasn't.
we'll,
Diesel's still a problem. So,
So,
you know, is everybody's front looking pretty good? You know, reasonable?
What do you think, Jeff?
I mean,
what do you think?
they're not bad looking. I mean, they're, like you said, they're nice and thick on some areas. Some areas are like a little less. But I think overall they look pretty good.
So we could do the backs and the
Because
commons.
Backs, yeah, backs and
Backs in the
common.
common
Now, the
area.
common area, that's a different story. Because I don't think they look as good as what they did
Mhm.
because of all
Right.
the.
Yeah, common
Well, I think
areas
a
would
lot of
include
that
the
blew
pools.
away.
That would include
Yeah,
the
And
pools.
washed away.
Bulls look bad.
That'd be the pool, yeah. So is everybody consensus opinion?
Sure.
We'll get a proposal for your, do you want to move forward and not wait till your February meeting to pull the trigger? If we can get a competitive price and get a delivery within reason, this obviously would be the time of the year for the guys to do it before we're cutting the grass every week and everything else.
Right. That sounds
Okay,
reasonable.
so I have a proposal that we get our price and contact the mulch people and do it now, the common areas and the backs this year.
Okay.
Do I have,
I'll second that.
okay,
Jeff, have you ever mulched the flowers?
No,
the what?
the flower
The
boxes.
flower
flower
boxes, the
boxes?
planters?
Oh,
I mean, one of the problems, I know we all agree that come the height of the summer, the impatiens really kind of start suffering. That helps hold moisture.
Yeah,
And our box out in front of, I mulched. Just a wee bit, because I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of room in there to put.
I mean, see, yeah, that's a small amount of, yeah.
And they actually seem
Tedious,
to be.
time consuming.
yeah.
Oh, it doesn't take.
I think we
Did
only maybe mulched them once
Did that
in
help
the
them
past
last?
couple of years because of,
They're looking
can't, I
better
mean, you
this
gotta
year.
actually
I
push
just
the little
did it.
plant up,
Oh.
put mulch around it, and then let the plant go back down. That's way too time consuming to do that.
And when you have the heat, there's no flowers gonna
Yeah,
survive.
no.
Flowers,
No, we
you
found
have,
that out.
you have different
Yeah.
seasons. And
But
when you get into hot season, there's the flower, it's done. But I mean, there's no flowers.
Short
can
of putting
su-
an umbrella over them.
There's no
Yeah.
flowers that can survive the heat, no matter what you do.
Now, yeah,
You
because
can water them 6 times a day, it's not gonna do any good.
if you were gonna,
They freeze
if
then.
you were gonna mulch those boxes, the ideal time to mulch them is when they're empty,
Mhm.
before we plant.
Like Jeff said.
Well, yeah,
I
we-
will say though, honestly, it took like 5 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Yeah, you can't dump it, you can't just dump it on it with the crest of
No, you
plants.
gotta- You gotta put it in by
Yeah.
hand. but
Right.
It took like 5 minutes to do the whole.
Well, we might be able to do something with it.
It just helps. I notice, you know, there's 2 days in there we don't irrigate the boxes because of the time frame, the schedule. And sometimes in those 2 days, you'll see them start drooping because they're just, there's not enough moisture in the ground to extend for them because they suck impatiens suck so much water out of the ground.
Oh, they were all water. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've noticed since I've mulched it that on that second day, they look a lot better. They're not drooping.
Well, that's good.
Now, we haven't had real intense sun either, but they're definitely doing a little better.
Well, a couple of the boxes are on hard pan to start with,
Well,
you know, so it's not even something to draw, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, was that right?
No, yeah.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize that.
That's one of the reasons why you can't put something that,
Has any roots?
yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking about roots, I don't think we've talked about it, but we may have mentioned it in passing. If you notice that all the trees we lost, none of them cracked in half. They all just leaned over
The big
because
one,
of the root system is.
if you notice the big one over here by me, the one across the street here,
Yeah.
that big, you just look at the back of that and you see what a shallow
Shallow.
root system for such a big tree. That's the problem. They're top heavy.
And that's
That was a
because the water table is so high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it doesn't
Yeah.
have to go
It
lower?
doesn't have to go
No,
deep.
it doesn't go, yeah. The water table's high, it gets the water and it stops. Yep.
it doesn't help too that the soil's here so loose.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
sand.
But we had about 6 years ago, we had a very bad leak up in the 200s in Sherwood. Remember, we had the backhoe and everything
Oh,
like
yeah.
that? And you got down about this deep and all of a sudden we were getting water.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yep.
Victor was down in there and was
Yeah.
wasting water.
Oh, my God.
But
Well, yeah, and I've noticed that too.
that's the
since
climate change too.
We could just,
Yeah. I
we
mean,
could
they're
use a
talking-
bridge in
yeah,
Sherwood.
They're talking about that in Boston now, the water table.
Really?
The water is coming up and it's going down because of climate change. And all those big buildings originally built in Boston, the high rises,
Yeah,
they're on big wood timbers. And if those wood timbers don't stay wet, they're gonna decay. So they got a serious problem.
Timber.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
there goes the high
Literally.
Mother
rise.
Nature taking over. When
Yep.
you fill in water to put up buildings like they did in Boston, eventually you're gonna
I
pay,
mean, they just
you're
keep,
gonna pay the price. They fill the ocean
Down
and
here-
put buildings in, and you're
down
gonna pay
here,
the
it's the
price
same.
sooner or later.
down here, it's the same way. All they do is keep building the closer to the water.
Yeah,
Everything-
like in Sarasota and
Boy,
everything. They build these places right underwater and they wonder why they flood.
that's right.
I mean, you can't, you just,
No,
you're bucking Mother Nature and you're gonna eventually lose.
oh, sure. Any other committee comments?
Jeff, on my cluster of you, there are beautiful yellow
I thought there
flowers
was a motion
that are always
here
blooming
For what?
over where two trees live.
as
Uh-huh.
to when
What is
to
that?
do the
Probably in Alameda.
mulch.
Yeah, we never
There
took a
was
vote
a-
on it.
Order
Yeah,
it now.
there is a motion. You're right,
There's
Alan.
an Alameda,
Yeah,
and
wait a
then there's
minute,
also
I'll-
the
I just
Mexican
thought I'd
tea you
get
gotta
you
let
back.
them.
I did-
Yeah,
I
she
seconded it.
seconded, you made the motion. She seconded it, but we never voted on it.
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah,
so I'm sorry, I forgot. Do I have a vote on the mulch proposal? That we get it now and do the common areas and the backs? All in favor?
I,
Against? Pass. Okay.
Mine's for-
Any other owner comments? No?
Catherine, you have anything?
No, I don't. We have a third visitor, Jeff B. I don't know if he has any comments. Another online person.
Hi there, my name is Jeff and I'm, my wife and I recently moved in to 440 Palm Tree. And I just wanted to listen in on the meeting today, but would be happy to continue to attend some of the meetings in the future.
Certainly welcome.
Thank you.
It's always the third Thursday every month at 10 a.m.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, so we schedule the next meeting.
Would be the third Thursday.
I got a question.
16.
I know this has come up before, but the 34th Street entrance, and I know that's not ours to
Mhm.
maintain.
Mhm.
There's still no lights working out there.
There's a permit issue. Talk to their manager. All the electrical work has been done, but because of the way it was done in the past, it can't pass the They can't get they failed inspection.
Great.
So it's a hassle. Of course, there's always a story. But yes, the work, they could be turned on, but the county won't let them. Right now,
Because of what?
because of the way it's failed inspection.
Oh,
In other words, they did
so the way it was wired.
yeah, the way it's wired.
So dark. Coming in that
And it's dark as hell.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Come down to the next exit. Spring Lakes.
Huh?
That's where I come in anyway.
That's where I come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
February, it looks like to me the 16th, Peter.
Yep.
okay. 2/16.
February 16th.
Good catch.
Anybody interested, we will be having next Tuesday a building committee meeting. So if anybody has an interest to come, we're having that. Building committee.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that guy.
And
I think he's priming a new, I think he's priming a new chairman, right?
yeah,
You are?
oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, he's got the heavy duty lifting with the presidency. I mean,
See, well, he can't multitask.
Pete, he's a male. What can you say?
Oh, did you hear that? Steve?
10 o'clock, just to do pickleball.
where's Monica when you need her?
Yeah. Okay, I guess we wrapped everything up, so I have a motion to adjourn. Second? Okay, all right, so next meeting, February 16th at 10 a.m.
Great.
I'm glad that everybody here.
And I'll call Mulch right away.
Yeah, we'll let everybody know what's happening with the mulch.
And once again, that's not for owner purchase from you guys.
No, we just bought,